The Devine family is moving! Yay! Yeah!
Welcome back to our channel. So we haven't posted on this page in a little over 2 years now, and if you can't tell, I am currently packing, so we have a lot to catch up on and some big news to share with you all. Obviously you can tell what the big news is by the title of this video, but before we dive into that big news, I want to give some context and some background of who we are, a little bit about our story, and how we've come to this big adventure. My name is Jess, and this page is run by my husband and I. We started this page out of the love of traveling, being foodies, and just going on adventures together, and to be able to share those adventures with family and friends and you all. So I am born and raised in the States, and I met my husband in college, who is a Canadian. So we did a long distance for a few years out of college. My husband was still finishing up his master's. Once my husband was done with school and graduated from his master's, we got married, and we decided that New Brunswick, Canada was going to be the place that we kick off our marriage and start our own family. And since our last video, I was actually a couple months pregnant then. And within these last 2 years, we adopted a dog. His name is Kylo. And then a few months later, we had our son named Callahan. He is the best thing in our lives. He is such a blessing and has made our lives so much better. And also a few months before that video, we also bought a house. So 2021 was a really exciting time for us. New house, new dog, new baby. So we got really busy with all those things that we forgot to keep up with this channel. A lot of things have happened in the last 2 years, and we really took last year, 2022, to really become parents, become our own family unit. The last 2 years have been very busy, but now that we have a groove as a family of 4, we hope to share this journey with you all and show you all what it looks like. But our big adventure is about to begin.
All right, so Jess just got done talking to you a bit about where we've been and the adventure that we've had up to this point. But I just want to explain kind of steps that we took to prepare for this next step that we are about to take and move to the United States. I first want to start by saying that Canada will always be my home. I was born here, raised here, spent most of my life here, but yet I and Jess both feel that our next chapter together is not here in Canada. Even though I thought Canada was my home, the United States was also my home. I spent a ton of time there going to school and playing sports. And I consider both my home, and I think Jess does too. Canada was the perfect place to start our family, but we always knew from the first day we moved here that this wasn't going to be a long-term thing. It was going to be really what prepared us for the next step of our lives. Some of you might be wondering why we're leaving Canada, because Canada, I think, is often portrayed as a wonderful country, but as a Canadian, I can tell you, every country has its pros and cons, and Canada is not an exception to that rule. Canada has a lot of cons, a lot of problems, and we're not running away from these problems, but we just feel that the United States just fits the lifestyle that we see ourselves leading towards and can better prepare us to give a better life for our family. So that's why we're choosing to do this route. So we're super excited to say that we're moving to the United States, but there was a lot of steps that had to go into place, a lot of paperwork, a lot of things we had to do, like applications, to be able to get to a place where we can legally say we're moving to a different country. And this whole process started about 2 years ago in May 2021. We had to file a petition to get approved for me to even be able to apply for a visa. And then when that got approved about a year and a little bit beyond that petition, we were able to finally apply for our visa, for my visa. My son is already a citizen. My wife obviously is an American citizen. So it was just me who was the outlier in our family who had to get some sort of status in the United States. And this was roughly a 2-year whole experience of just kind of anticipating and not being able to really make long-term investments and plans because we weren't sure. We weren't sure if they were going to refuse us. We weren't sure like how long it was going to take. There's these like waiting calculators online, and sometimes it can be a lot longer. And this was during COVID too, so there was probably a lot of people working from home in the government. The paperwork probably took a little bit longer to process. And so it was just a little bit of a stressful situation for us because we wanted to plan our future, but we just couldn't. And so we were kind of in this standstill. It was both a really stressful and relaxing time in our lives, I feel, because we could really focus on our son, focus on our family. But it was also extremely stressful for me because I'm a planner. I like to think. I like to, strategize our next steps, and I couldn't do that without this visa. So recently, we finally got it. We celebrated a little bit when we got it, and the next steps that we are taking, obviously, is getting our house ready for sale. But before we talk about that, I gotta mow the grass.
Mowing the lawn, and we just wanted to wrap up everything and just catch you up on where we're at and how the selling process went for us and what we have left to do and what you're going to see in this next journey that we're about to embark on.
Yeah. Okay, so once I finally got my visa, which was super exciting, we celebrated with our parents on the phone and stuff. Mm-hmm. The first person we contacted was the realtor. And so with the realtor, we got the date of when they're going to come and take photos of our home to show for the listing. And that meant we had like a week and a half to get the home ready, which is like a ton of work, ton of kind of minor fixes and painting, a lot of painting.
Yeah, we painted a whole deck.
Yeah, we painted the whole deck. Replaced the boards, we painted the whole deck. Just like an endless list of things. And we'll show you some B-roll of some of the stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I did some before and afters. But it made such a difference to our home. We were able to make it presentable enough to get offers like the same day we listed the home.
Yeah, and we're super blessed because both of those offers were over asking, and so we obviously accepted the one that best fit our needs. Mm-hmm. And now we're in the process. All the conditions have been met, so we're officially sold. Yes. So that's why we're making this video. And we still have a ton of stuff to do, a lot of packing, a lot of things. So, as we do weekly videos, which we're hoping to do, you're going to be kind of on this journey with us as we pack, as we move, as we set up the new place. Mm-hmm. So as you continue to watch week by week, that's kind of what you can expect in the near future.
Yeah, see how it is to move from a different country. I know Canada and US kind of are seen like, if you're moving to either, it doesn't seem like a big deal, but it actually is. Mm-hmm. There's quite a big difference with both countries, especially when you cross the border by mm-hmm. land. You have to make sure you have the required papers, not just for like yourselves, but also your things, like your vehicles.
Yeah.
So we're hoping to share that process and share some insight just in case you're thinking about moving to the US or just like moving to another country in general, especially with the toddler and how we're going to prepare for that. Callahan has done the drive from Canada to Virginia many times before, but he was younger, and now that he's like a full-on toddler personality, he knows what he wants and needs, it's just completely different now. Mm-hmm. We're really nervous. Actually, we don't know if I'm going to be flying with him and my mother-in-law, and Nick and my father-in-law are going to be driving with our dog, or if we're all just going to do it together on the road. So that's something we're still trying to figure out, but I think we're going to do as much packing as we can, see where we're at, and if we need like an actual huge U-Haul, or if we can just get a trailer hitch and attach it to our car. But
so we have a lot of exciting things happening in the next few weeks. We're going to try and make some stops in the places that we've grown to love in the area, like some restaurants, have some fun times with Callahan in the remaining few weeks, but we also have a lot of work to do. So if you want to follow along, make sure you tune in.
And hit that subscribe button.
Yeah.
And if you enjoyed watching today's video, please feel free to hit that like button. And we'll see you guys in the next video. And hopefully that next video will be halfway packed.
Fingers crossed.